Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber.
İslam.
Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah.
The call of the one who has been speaking to humanity through prophets for centuries.
Eşhedü en la
The one who has created the entire universe from nothingness.
Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah.
The call of the one who encompasses everything with his power.
أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله.
Who consigns each one of the particles in existence upon their purposes within the creation under his command. And based on the hikmas he places in them. It is the call of the only ultimate force, with no other power besides himself, the one who subdues anything and everything to that force. It is the call of Allah to humanity. Islam that elevates you to the pinnacle of humanity with values that are real, which is the reality that is even further beyond and certain than the reality of the universe. Islam that has always been the target of perfidious plans, vile slanders, and sneaky demonic games. Islam that is the true peace and happiness wanted to be taken away from you, that is the embodiment of all the values that make you human, such as true honor, true justice, true compassion, honesty, loyalty, genuine brotherhood, genuine friendship, and far more. Islam that itself is all of the beautiful human attributes, and that itself is all of the beautiful states a human being can be in. Neither you nor humanity can live human values in the true sense without Islam. You cannot make those values bloom and flourish in humanity. For without Islam, human values switch places with their opposites. Dishonor becomes pride, servitude to shaitan becomes freedom, insensitivity and selfishness become cleverness, and the list goes on. Know with absolute certainty that a life attempted to be lived without Islam is a torment real like hell, a disaster, a destruction, and a ruin under a false appearance of happiness. But if you get enlightened with the nur and the truths of Islam, all your darkness will turn into an infinite brightness. All your troubles, worries, fears, sorrow, and agony will transform into never-ending joy and bliss. your eternal separations will become your eternal reunions. The place where you die will become the place where you rise all the way to eternity. The place where you think you'll vanish will become the place where you will forever exist. With Islam, your most feeble, weakest side will become your strongest part. The place where you end will become the place where you begin. What you think you'll lose forever will become what you reunite with and gain forever. Like your life, like your youth, like your loved ones. If you do not look at life through the nur and the haqiqas of Islam, then it will be shrouded in the darkness of sorrow and suffering. And again, if you do not view this life through the nur and the haqiqas of Islam, then all those who possess life and whole universe will weep to you with the heavy sorrow of those eternal perishments you make yourself believe in, then they will pour down on you the endless rains of torment. How that happens is by disregarding the wisdom, the beauty, the duties, and the significance in all things, including yourself. You become the murderer of the truths in them. And since you watch yourself, your loved ones, and all the perfections you witness in existence through cheap, stained, scratched glasses, anything you look at anywhere appears to you distorted, broken, and darkened. Then you keep complaining about the sorrow and grief all that gives you. Yet it is you who bury everything into an endless purposelessness, annihilation, and darkness in your own mind. Just as that mind of yours shows the past to you now as a vast graveland on which its dead have decayed, with the secret of the past is the mirror of the future, it will show you even the future as a tremendously brutal graveyard, just like it does for the past. You cannot take out your mind, you can't become an animal to escape it. For indeed, if you would, the regrets and painful separations from the past, the fears and anxiety coming from the future would reduce that tiny taste you would have then to nothing. Into one pleasure, it would add 1,000 worries. In terms of the enjoyment and pleasure you would take, it will lower you 100 degrees below an animal. Since animals have no concerns or thoughts on their past or future, they neither burden themselves with sorrow or regrets from the past, nor they carry fears or anxiety of the future. In a total submission to their Khalik, to their Creator, they rest on comfortably and thankfully. They take their pleasure without thoughts and worries. As for you, you are devoid of this rest in the animal in terms of your consciousness. And again, without the nur of Islam, all lovers, all things turn against each other and become enemies. Because when people do not look at this worldly life through the truths of Islam, just like they condemn themselves, they also condemn everyone and everything to the darkness of randomness, aimlessness, and a painful eternity. They also cannot see the fact that animals, plants, objects, all matter down to its smallest piece, all existence have been made interconnected and dependent on each other under Allah's command in a state of mutual support and cooperation on the path to their purposes of creation and their final destination. They cannot see that in reality, all creation has been made friendly toward one another. That's why, while some people falsely claim that everything, every living being is subject to loss, subject to harm, and subject to be wasted, they themselves are the ones who waste, harm, and lose anything and anyone they say they love or care about. And to them all, to all those things, they assign meaninglessnesses driven by their own thoughts, their nafs and carnal self-serving preferences, then approach and treat them all in a manner that befits their delusions and wrongdoings. Whatever you love and hold on to without the nur of Islam, including yourself, the thought of its eternal separation will shatter your heart into pieces. Your desire to exist eternally without Islam will be an extremely agonizing curse upon you. Anything you think you have achieved or anything you could or wanted to become will be erased. Your life will be nothing but a whim. Your time here will only be a suffering. Your mind will be your torment, and all your aspirations will turn into your grief. The enemies of Islam, who for centuries have denied it and their own humanity, who have waged war against each religion that came with the revelations from Allah, who have corrupted them by distorting the truths in them until Islam, who have even betrayed the truth of their own creation and sold their souls to Satan, who have formed armies in the name of that Satan, then have declared wars on the believers and have killed the innocent and oppressed who have been from Islam and have stood with Islam. Yet despite all their brutality and oppression, these enemies, when they realize that they have not been able to seize the nur of haq, which is Islam, they resorted to disguising themselves as Muslims to appear as though they support Islam. Also, through countless other evil demonic schemes, by deceiving some ignorant Muslims who have neither truly known Islam nor understood it, they have been committing atrocities by using the name of Islam to defame it in the eyes of the humanity and to deprive them of Islam with unbelievably vile slanders and betrayals, and they are still onto it. That is literally like, while under the sun, they try detaining humanity from the sun in broad daylight. They console them with false lights and make them weep bitterly in true darknesses. Yeah, that's right. Because can you call a person happy when his or her body is in a false paradise while their heart, their mind, their conscience are tormented in hell, along with their fundamental and ultimate aim, which is an open secret coded in their souls. That secret, which is in every human soul, is all that desire to exist eternally. The fact that they can only be satisfied with the limitless realm of the Akhirah, and the truth that those countless subtleties and all those vast emotions in their creation grow out of this world and cannot be contained with or within this world. So grasp fully and clearly what exactly the enemies of Islam do to humanity actually is. They have been murdering humanity by subjecting them to a torment that has no end ever, neither in this world nor in the one after, by playing wild games every single day. And they have been trying to destroy all the human values that are true, that are not made up, that are real. And while they try dragging mankind into a horrific end, at the same time, with no shame, they still talk about things like freedom, justice, being civilized, humanism, compassion, and so on. The curse of Allah, the curse of the angels, and the curse of the humanity as a whole are upon them all, one by one. The vast majority of them have already gone to a greatly horrendous doom. Even from now, they are already suffering a severe torment. If those who remain do not give up their oppression and repent, also they, with absolute certainty, are going to an eternal doom. For indeed, just as the one who gives the humankind eyes and the ability to see is absolutely the Basir, the all-seeing, who sees humans along with anything else, he, as also the one who instills in humans the feeling of revenge along with all the other emotions, will surely take vengeance on human as a recompense for this betrayal of him as he deserves, while calling that feeling of revenge in him as a witness as well. O human, know with absolute certainty that, just like the time of the past transformed into a massive graveland, even the future, exactly like the past, is going to turn into a massive graveland.